So an Israeli official said that Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens are on their list of potential enemy combatants. This sounds very similar to Ukraine, with their Ukrainian government issuing certain American citizens as enemy combatants, like Colonel McGregor and others. Okay, so the Israel's Diaspora Affairs and Combating Anti-Semitism Minister, and his name is, and forgive me if I don't butcher this name, Armachai Chekli. I'll put a link in the description below of the article, and you can read this yourself. So he was talking in an interview, and he was talking about how, anti-Semitism is a problem on social media. And he mentioned Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. Now, for the record, I don't agree with a lot of things that these two individuals say. However, provided that they're not saying anything that would, they're not advocating for, violence or other ways of violating the rights of other people, then they're fine. They're not breaking the law. They have the right to say what they say. I don't agree with a lot of what they say, but they have the right to say it. And I find it fascinating that Israel, our ally, and by the way, I'm in principle, I'm a supporter of Israel too. Israel is a semi-free country. It's on principle the freest country in the Middle East, although with a few caveats. I mean, there's certain aspects of Israel that is not a free country. For example, you can't go over there as a non-Jew and marry a person that is Jewish over there. It's against the law in Israel. And there's a lot of laws like that. Essentially, Israel is something like a semi-free / like theocracy. But, nonetheless, it's a little more free market. It's more open to innovation. It does get a lot of support from the United States, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that they have a very extensive lobby in Washington, D.C., which I think is wrong, as I think it's wrong for any other country to do so. I don't think our elected officials should be representing a foreign country. Their job is right here at home. That's what they got elected to do, and we, the people of the United States, we're the ones that pay them, okay? So I don't care if this country is our ally or what it is. They don't need to be representing a foreign country. But it absolutely fascinates me that this Israeli official can go on television and openly say that Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson are potential enemy combatants, as if they could be targets of the Israeli military or the Israeli intelligence agency. We have a similar problem with Ukraine. Ukraine, with their corrupt government, Zelensky's government, and it's been corrupt way before Zelensky was even in office. But nonetheless, under Zelensky's government, there are several Americans that are on a list to be targeted, they are treated like enemy combatants. Now, these are American citizens, and this is a country we're sending money and equipment to. Really, it's just, I think it's outrageous. If I were in their shoes, I think I'd be a little smarter than to at least not publicly state that you're enemy combatants with citizens of the country that is giving you all this aid. Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, I don't know what the relationship with Trump is. I would assume that there's maybe some relationship there. Trump might look at this, and if this is ever brought to his attention, he might look at this and think, okay, you want me to give you all this. Now, granted, he's probably more than obligated to help them anyway, given the circumstances with the lobby and other influences that Israel has in D.C. But nonetheless, he's going to look at this and say, you want me to help you, but you put our citizens on your enemy combatants list? These are people that he may know personally. I think Tucker Carlson has talked to Trump personally. So it's not smart, and it's wrong. Now, like I said, I don't agree with everything Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens have to say. Some of the stuff that they say is retarded. It's just absolutely retarded. But, if I disagree with them, I would debate them on those issues. I wouldn't, put them on an enemy combatants list. I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to pull a Charlie Kirk on these two, which is another interesting connection, by the way. Charlie Kirk with that, but this is I write that off as speculation, so I'm not really making a connection there. But whatever you want to with that. But anyway, I'll put a link in the description below, and you can file this away as another point of insanity with the various globalist factions.